sometimes it's subconsciously, like you don't think about it, but it's because of the things that you've experienced when you were a kid. Your mother told you that you just like your father who's not in your life, or some other kid telling you that you're poor, you live in the ghetto, you can never amount to anything, things like that. So you tell yourself that, hey, because I went through this thing, or because this person tell me this, I can never be enough, or this is who I am. You accept what other people say about you. I want to encourage you today not to prophesy things on yourself. Do not prophesy something that you're not. Don't prophesy something that you're not. You are not inadequate. Where did you get that from? You're saying that you're inadequate because of what someone told you. You're saying that you're poor because you currently live in a situation where you don't have enough. But your situation can change. Do not prophesy something that you're not. The truth is, God never intended for your sufficiency to come from people. God never said, okay, let me put Altisha here so that her mother, her father, her sister, her brother, her parents can tell her who she is, and that's how she lives, that's how she walks. No. He never intended for us to look on people or compare ourselves to other people. Compare ourselves to our friends, compare ourselves to our peers, compare ourselves to anybody. He never intended for us to live that way. God says everything that He wants you to be, your sufficiency comes from Him. God wants us to look to Him so He can tell us who we are, can tell us how sufficient we are, can tell us how fearfully and wonderfully made we are, versus someone telling us something that is not true. And what we find is people will tell you things that they think or that they perceive. Their perception and God's perception are two completely different perceptions. So what they say don't matter. What they believe doesn't matter. From 2 Corinthians 3 and 5, it says, it is not what we think we are qualified to do. It's not what we think we are qualified to do anything on our own. Our qualifications come from God. Our qualifications come from God. So it says it's not what we think we are qualified to. Outside of other people, outside of our parents, outside of our teachers, outside of everybody, it's us. Sometimes we degrade ourselves, sometimes we put ourselves throw ourselves under the bus. It's not even what we think of ourselves. We don't even know who we're supposed to be most times. We don't even understand why we do the things that we do most times. We don't understand what our purpose is supposed to be. We don't understand these things. God is saying, even though you've gone through all of this, you've done all of these things, you may fall short, you may hear these negative things from family members, you may think that you yourself will never be. But He said, I qualified you. I qualified you, so it doesn't matter. God is saying that even though you say that you're not qualified, I qualify you. God is saying that, okay, even though that you're not ready for whatever it is, you're not ready, or you don't think that you can go to college, or you don't think that you can win whatever competition that you're in, He's saying, I'm sending you. God is sending you. God says, I know who you are. God says, I know who you are, what your situation is. I know your circumstances. He said, focus on me. Focus on me and not your problem. And that's what we a lot of times that's what we do. We focus on our problems. The fact that my friend is more fortunate than I am. I focus on my poverty. Like I said earlier, we focus on negative things. And we forget that there are a ton of positive things that we can focus on, or we can put into our mind. Saying someone who, if you don't have a father figure in your life, you're envious of someone else who has a father, not knowing that this person who has a father gets abuse from them every day. Not knowing that whoever this father figures that this other person has, they are getting sexually assaulted from them every day. And you're envying them. You're envying someone who has more money than you have because they drive the nicest things, they get dropped off in the nicest things, they wear the nicest shoes, they wear the nicest clothes, not knowing that they cry themselves to sleep every night. You're worrying about this person who's more athletic than you are, better at sports or better at anything, not knowing that at the end of the day, they don't have any support at home. So this is how they fulfill themselves. They have to come and try to bear their burdens and what they enjoy. If they enjoy basketball, okay, let me get away from home so that I can enjoy basketball. This is my freedom. But you have parents at home who love you. You have people at home who love you. So comparing yourselves to others is not good. We put ourselves in bondage and put ourselves in lack by prophesying over ourselves what we think we are by what we've been through. So we prophesy based on the things that we've been through before, based on the things that we think we are. But how can we have hope that all of this negative can turn into a positive if we continuously dwell on them? If we live in a place of negativity, in a place of lack, in a place of, oh, I will never be, oh, I'm not good enough, if we live in that place, then how can we have hope to be better? How can we have hope that, my situation is going to change? If you continuously wake up in the morning, you say you're not good. You're walking around, you're looking at people, you're saying you're not good enough. You're going home, you're crying yourself to sleep because you're not good enough. This is what you do continuously every day. How can that change? To not focus on the inadequacies. Focus on God.
I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can. Come on, let him know. I give myself. Give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. What would happen if a generation embraced this? Come on, tell them, here I am. Here I am.